So this is Bud from Bud's Northeast Outdoors again. We're going to do a creamsicle dump cake. This is something you can do right at the campsite. I'm going to do it on my gas grill today only because it's fairly cold and windy and the charcoal isn't quite as effective. I mean, it's probably 40 today, and I guess the charcoal is probably best suited for above 60 degrees. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to liberally spray your pan, your Dutch oven I mean, with some Pam. And as the recipe says, this is a dump cake. So all this is a sugar-free Pillsbury cake mix. It says it requires 1 cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, and 3 eggs. That's not happening. Not in this recipe. This is exactly what it says it is. It's a dump cake. So we'll cut the top off the cake mix and we just pour it in and kind of try to coat the bottom of the pan all the way around. I know this doesn't look like much, but believe it or not, it's going to actually cook into a real nice cake. It's going to taste like an orange creamsicle, and that's pretty awesome. So anyway, normally with a dump cake you use peaches or something like that. What I have today is I have the mandarin oranges because that's what you actually use for a creamsicle, I would think. Is this, and I actually have an orange soda. And if you get a 20 ounce, do not be tempted to put the whole thing in, because the cake looks a little dry at first, but there's something about the carbonation in the soda that makes the cake rise, and it all becomes very, how do I say, fluffy and moist all the way through. Bad cook. Having an orange. You're not supposed to do this. But anyway, you drain the oranges like I just did. Sprinkle them about kind of somewhat evenly in the cake mix. So we just dumped cake mix in. We pammed the pan. We dumped the cake mix in. Nothing special, just dumped it in. Now we're dumping in the oranges. And now 1 sugar-free orange soda. And like I say, don't dump all 20 ounces in if you got a 20 ounce soda. Only dump about 12 ounces in. And I know you're going to be tempted to stir it, but no. This is a dump cake. This is exactly the way you're supposed to make it. So I guess that's about 12 ounces. I didn't measure it exactly, but eyeballing it, it looks it. What do you guys think? It's up to the label on the bottom. So oh, time for a drink. So we're gonna go put this out on the grill with the cover on, and the aluminum will heat evenly top and bottom inside the grill. The bottom may be a little hotter, but with the cover closed on the grill, it's gonna cook it exactly the same. You know, it's gonna be like a heat chamber. So it's gonna be getting heat from the top and the bottom this way inside the Dutch oven. That's one of the great things, and you can see where the charcoal's been on here. I made pineapple upside down cake. You saw a video of that. I'm going to make this, and this is going to be one of my desserts sometime this year. Probably, I don't know. I might make it at Little River my first run. Although I don't know. If the weather doesn't warm up, I only got about 6 weeks, maybe 6.5 weeks before I go. And you know, clean up my mess here. So hopefully the snow's all gone and the lake's thawed out, because typically when you go up on Memorial Day weekend, it is a slugfest with a fish. I mean, that new rod and reel that I showed you in a feature earlier, that right there is going to be worked out. It's going to get a workout. I can't guarantee 100 fish days up there, but I could see it happening. I've actually gotten to the point where I got tired of catching fish after about 60 of them and decided to go back to the campground and take a siesta. So it's a good place. It's a fish factory, that's for sure. Not a lot of 3-4 pounders up there, but man, 2-pounder after 2-pounder, a lot of 1-pounders, and it's a fun time. Just throw out a Senko, bam, bam, fish after fish. Nike's going to be tired. He's going to be wiped right out because he loves when I catch fish. And hopefully I've got all my camera equipment sorted out. My first and second camping trips last year, we didn't have it done very well. So anyway, this isn't about that. This is about this dump cake. So anyway, that's all you do. You just dump in the cake mix. Well, you spray the pan, you know, with Pam. That way you can get the cake out. But anyway, you spray it with Pam. You dump the cake batter in. Do nothing to it. Put oranges on top of it. Those will sink to the bottom, so it'll be kind of like almost like a pineapple upside down cake. And they actually moisten up the cake also. And then you put the 12 ounces of soda in. So a soda can would be better than a 20-ounce bottle by far. But it's like beer. I got a little left over, so Cook's got to finish it off. Like another well-known cooking show on YouTube, it's Cook's Privilege. So anyway, I'm going to bring this out, throw it out there, and it should take about 40 minutes to cook. So as you can hopefully see, it's 350 degrees in here, which is pretty much perfect for what we're doing. I guessed fairly good. I actually dropped it down to low since it's not that cold today. Oh my god, my dog's going to drive me nuts today. I don't understand what his issue is. But that's the perfect temperature for both the meatloaf and the cake. So we'll check back here. This is about 10 minutes in. I just want to make sure you can see the temperature's dropping as I hold it open. So we need to get it back closed up so she can finish cooking. Like I say, I'll come back out in a little while and we'll check on it again, probably in another 20 minutes, see how the cake's doing. And here's the dump cake, the orange creamsicle dump cake. Like I say, all it was just dump the batter in, dump the oranges in, dump 12 ounces of soda in, boom. Bake it for 50 minutes at about 350 degrees, which we were just a hair over 350 there when I just checked it. So awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So anyway, the dump cake kind of blew up when I dumped it out. So it doesn't look beautiful, but boy, it sure tastes good.